What's up, people? J-Dub here, and you are now tuned in to the very first episode of WTF, aka Weekly Top 5. In this series, I'll be taking 5 stories out of the world of wrestling and talking about them. I guess that's kind of what we do here. So, yeah, it's a pretty simple concept to grasp. So let's just go ahead and jump into story number 1. Over the next few weeks, I will be transitioning over to a new YouTube channel, so make sure you guys subscribe to PWF Empire, where I'll be making exclusive videos for that account and also the pwfempire.com website. You can click the link down in the description box to subscribe to that. I will be phasing out the J-Dub Show channel on YouTube, so hopefully by WrestleMania, I'll be making all of my new and original videos over on the new account. I also have some other pretty big news. Well, it won't be big news to my Sideshow peeps because I told them about it last week. But yeah, I've joined the staff of WrestlingInc.com. So if you visited that website for your Elimination Chamber results, you're welcome, because that was me. It was a great experience working with Wrestling Inc. and I look forward to doing more and contributing more with the website in the near future. So yeah, we keep on making big moves. Look out for me on Wrestling Inc. And remember, subscribe to the new PWF Empire channel here on YouTube. The feud with John Cena and The Rock is really starting to heat up, and it's about damn time. With Cena's promo in this last episode of Raw, it really seems as if the feud is going into a different direction, a better direction, with the humor and the jokes taking a back seat, and shit is about to get real. John Cena, he was great on Raw, and he needs to keep up that same fire and that aggression when he ends up face to face with The Rock in the ring. I love that line in the promo where he said something like, "You don't have the club in the back, son," and it seems as if John, he wasn't out there just BSing and, out there for storyline purposes, because this is kind of going into a legit direction with some people backstage actually agreeing with John Cena. After that promo, there was this WWE superstar, some anonymous WWE superstar, who spoke to PW Insider and basically said Cena was 100% right in everything that he said about The Rock, and they even went further to be real critical of The Rock. They talked about how he doesn't give a damn about WWE. He's only there to pad his own pockets. He hasn't put anybody over, and just so on. Like, they just trashed the hell out of The Rock. And Rock even responded back on Twitter to the people criticizing him backstage, saying that most of the people complaining, they would never get over anyway, whether he was there or not. This one is a tough one for me because I see both sides of the issue. I mean, The Rock is not the fairy godfather of WWE. I know he wore a tutu in a movie, but that's a completely different subject. I digress. But yeah, it's not like he came back to the WWE to sprinkle fairy dust over everybody, instantly putting them over. He's back for a specific purpose. But what I've said so many times over the last year, WWE has to find some kind of way to have The Rock make a lasting influence on WWE, because we have to face up with the facts. As much as those Rock marks out there will not like to admit it, there will come a time when The Rock is not going to be seen on WWE TV for a very, very long time. So WWE needs to find some kind of way with all of these people who are tuning in just because of The Rock. All of the people out there, oh hey, The Rock is coming back to wrestling, let me turn it on and see what it's about. And a whole hell of a lot of those people, as soon as The Rock leaves the screen, boom, they're turning to something else. WWE needs to find some kind of way to maintain those people. Do something interesting enough to where they say, oh shit, maybe I should keep on watching. I know The Rock is going back to Hollywood, but maybe I should keep on watching this. And that can only happen with John Cena, because that's the purpose of The Rock being back in WWE. He's not like one of these legends who come back and they come back on an episode of Monday Night Raw and then somebody like Alberto Del Rio or anybody from the back struts out or something like that. He is in WWE for a specific purpose, to face John Cena at WrestleMania 28. That's why I've made such a big deal about WWE needing to change John Cena's character up on PWTR. We've debated this subject for so many episodes, but yeah, this is why I've made such a big deal about it, because the same old shit, it's just not going to be acceptable in this case. And as far as the people backstage complaining, like I said, the superstar who talked to PW Insider, he was anonymous, but I would love to specifically know who sent that message, because with people out there saying, well, The Rock main event in WrestleMania is taking away opportunities from us. What if it turns out to be somebody like Alex Riley or Kurt Hawkins? Now I'm not picking on them or anything, just using them as examples, because if you're complaining about The Rock main eventing WrestleMania and you're on Superstars, yeah, you need to go ahead and sit your ass down somewhere, like, for real. And I already know the line of attack people are going to use to defend The Rock against the critics. Well, he's making them more money. They should just be happy and shut up and take it. It is not that simple. They look at WWE as their home, and they're defending it versus somebody who they think abandoned it and is coming back as an outsider. And John Cena, he summed that up perfectly with that promo on Monday Night Raw. He went hard on The Rock, but the thing is, there's a huge difference between directing your comments at somebody through a camera and having all of that fire when they're 1,000 miles away from you, and then saying it to their face. The Rock, he's been completely dominating John Cena in this feud. What'll happen when they come face to face on Monday Night Raw? Fireworks, I'm pretty sure, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out. Triple H versus The Undertaker is official for WrestleMania 28. It will be the third time that they face each other at WrestleMania, the second time that they've done so in a row, and this will be the second time that WWE has given The Undertaker a repeat opponent at WrestleMania in a row. I will say, initially, I did not want to see this match again, and let me underline, italicize, and put in bold letters, big ass bold letters, initially. Because I felt like with The Undertaker only having so many more WrestleManias in him, WWE would be better suited to go with different matchups, especially seeing as this will be the third time that this match has happened. But, like I said, I did not want to see it initially. Everything that they had going against them with this feud, some way, somehow, they've laid out an absolutely amazing story, and it has me hanging off every single word. This storyline has been playing out in an amazing way on TV, and when Triple H said he, HBK, and Undertaker were all a part of a dying breed, hell, if you didn't already know that, they've been proving it to a T these last couple of weeks. And as great as this storyline has been already, on Raw, they went and dropped the Hell in a Cell bomb. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you probably know how much I absolutely hate WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. If you didn't know the exact reason why I hate that show, watch Monday Night Raw. Watch Triple H and The Undertaker. Watch that promo, and you'll know exactly why. When you have pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell that throw out gimmick matches just for the hell of it, it takes away from the importance of the match. It takes away from the potential magic of moments like we saw on Raw with Triple H and The Undertaker. It takes away from the suspense, the surprise, because you know every time that pay-per-view rolls around, the top feuds are automatically going to be forced into that match, no matter if there's any kind of level of heat to warrant the stipulation or not. But that wasn't the issue here because they did it the right way on Raw. This feud between Triple H and The Undertaker has been great, and they've sold me on a match that I initially did not want to see. Speaking of WrestleMania, we've got a new episode of Pro Wrestling Talk Radio and the latest column from the Mad Ones Epic Fail series up on pwfempire.com, giving different looks at the road to WrestleMania. We had an amazing debate about some of the feuds leading into the show on PWTR. I'll be uploading a clip from that to YouTube, but if you want to listen to the full episode now, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description box. From that link, you can also vote in a poll, which leads us to our question of the week. Which WrestleMania 28 match are you currently most looking forward to, whether that be Triple H versus The Undertaker, John Cena versus The Rock, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, or Punk versus Jericho? My vote, without a shadow of a doubt, goes to Taker and Triple H. It's far and away the best built match for WrestleMania so far, but of course, over the next couple of weeks leading into WrestleMania, the other feuds will definitely step it up, with The Rock returning to WWE in just a couple of days. Him and John Cena, that feud is definitely going to shoot up the ranks, and CM Punk, he's a little too preoccupied doing photo shoots and interviews to pay any attention to Chris Jericho, but that does lead us into our final story of the week, CM Punk versus Chris Beat 'em Down Brown. So this feud started out on Twitter. Punk sends Brown a message saying that he wants to curb stomp him, and Brown replied back saying that CM Punk was just mad because his steroid use has made it impossible for him to pleasure a woman. Then Punk uploads a video to Twitter ripping Brown a new one and challenging him to a match and even threatening to choke him out. Chris Brown. First off, for a person whose idea of foreplay is boxing, you are not allowed to say a damn thing about pleasuring a woman. Secondly, he said himself he had no idea who CM Punk was. So then don't you think you should have shut the fuck up and not risk sounding like a complete idiot saying stuff like he's on steroids when he's straight edge? And then just look at him, it doesn't even look like he's touched a fucking weight, let alone taking a steroid a day in his damn life. I hear a lot of people saying that this feud is a work. I don't think so, or at least I would hope not. Like, I would hope that Chris Brown isn't as shameless. In WWE, I'd throw them in there also to start a storyline based off of somebody legit whooping a woman's ass. But then again, it is Chris Brown, and he did it in the first place, so who the hell knows what he's capable of from that point on. But back to my thoughts of this not being a work. It's well documented at this point that CM Punk does not have a filter, so I'm thinking that he just said something out of the blue to Chris Brown on Twitter, and he just happened to respond back. And no doubt that WWE and their media whoring asses, they're just milking it for every single thing that it's worth. But I think that Chris Brown, he isn't in on a deal. They're just getting media attention, mainstream media attention, at his expense, and just using Chris Brown as a punching bag. And, you know, I say that that's a nice little twist of fate there. And that's it for the first edition of Weekly Top 5. For all of the things I discussed in this video, you can find the full stories up on pwfempire.com. Make sure you answer the question of the week. Which WrestleMania 28 match are you currently most excited for? Share your feedback on the show down in the comment section below. And also let me know what you want me to discuss on the next edition of WTF. Thank you for watching. I am J-Dub. Peace out.